I'm Van Colby, and welcome to this week's special edition of Grant's 10-Minute Meals. This week you get a twofer. I have two special guests here, two of my favorite people in the world, and this show's going to be hot, hot, hot. Miss Kelly Knowles and Miss Deborah Amar. I love these women, and I'm so glad they're able to join us today. Today we're going to be doing two recipes for you out of the Bluefield Preservation Society cookbook. Now, we're going to tell you how to get this cookbook in a minute. But first, we're going to start with our recipes. The first recipes that we're doing, Miss Kelly Knowles is going to do the blueberry barbecue kielbasa bites. And then we're going to turn to Miss Deborah, and she's going to be doing the hot, hot, hot crab dip. This is wonderful. You're going to love this. You're going to want to serve this at all your parties. Both recipes are in this cookbook, and again, we'll tell you how to get the cookbook in a second. First, we're going to start with Miss Kelly Knowles.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about your blueberry barbecue kielbasa bites.
Well, Van, I'm really excited to be doing this. It's one of my favorite treats back when I was volunteering with BPS. Basically, I've turned on the skillet to medium-high heat, put a little olive oil in it. You want that to start getting nice and warm. As you can see, there's a pound of kielbasa here, cut into about half-inch coins. It's going to make them nice and easy to simmer. We're using Kraft barbecue, thick and spicy. I like a little bit of tang in this sauce. We're going to use about a half a cup of this. Just pour that in. You know it's not an exact science when I get in the kitchen. If you want it a little more, you want a little more barbecue-y, a little more zing, add a little more barbecue. You want a little more blueberry. Again, we're using these blueberry preserves that the Bluefield Preservation Society sells. They're absolutely delicious, extremely versatile. I mean, who would have thought that you could use blueberry preserves on kielbasa? But I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. Again, about a half a cup. Get it out of there. And I'm just going to mix this up till it's very well blended. And this smells so good already.
Well, I can smell it from
Can you
here.
smell it? So
You
good.
can smell the barbecue.
Yes.
Together.
Oh, it's thick and spicy. He told you it was going to be a hot episode.
That's what they used to call me. That's what they used to call me, thick and spicy.
Thick and spicy. I love it. As I said, I had this the skillet on, this beautiful copper skillet. The olive oil is in it, so it should be a nice heat to go ahead and pour these in. Ooh, I love that sizzle. Yep. Get those going, spread them around. I'll step away for 1 second. Grab my sauce that I've mixed over here. And just go ahead and coat these. Get it all on there. Get it out. Really stir it around. You want every piece of kielbasa doused in this deliciousness. And basically, I'm going to sit here for 5 to 7 minutes, just making sure that I'm moving it all around. Nothing's getting burnt, nothing's sticking. Just soaking up all that flavor. So while I'm doing this, I'll just pass it over to Deborah and Vane.
If you will, put the crab dip in the oven. Please.
I would love to.
Miss Deborah,
Yes, sir.
what are we doing today?
We're going to do, as you said, the hot crab dip, which was one of the favorite evening dinner appetizers at the restaurant. And so in this bowl, I have 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. And we're going to put that in there. I need a cup of sour cream. So we're going to pour that out. And I'm eyeballing this because half of this is about a cup.
I don't measure anything.
There you go.
I eyeball everything.
Let it happen.
Eyeball
Yes.
it. We have that in there. We need 4 heaping tablespoons, of mayonnaise. And so we're going to heap, and you can do this according to your taste. You may find that you like a little more of the mayonnaise or a little more even of the sour cream. So you can tweak it to your likings. So I need a tablespoon, I think that my measurement's right, of lemon juice. You can use fresh lemons as well if you want to do that. And a teaspoon of Worcestershire, maybe just a touch more I like. And a teaspoon of garlic salt. A teaspoon of ground mustard.
That mustard is a little persnickety.
It is just a little. Okay, let's see.
stand for snicketing mustard.
I can't either.
It drives me crazy.
So we're going to cream all of this together, and that's a job.
And we left the cream cheese out a little bit so it could soften.
Yeah. And it could have softened a little more because
Yes, it
this
could.
is still a little stiff in here.
The persnickety cream cheese.
So, then I'm going to add, after I've folded all of this together, and you might want to fold it a little better, but it's all going to melt when it gets in the oven.
That's true.
I'm going to add half of a pack of sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to fold that in. Whoops. I could have used a bigger folding utensil. This is working. And now, the best part is our crab. And the recipe calls for 1 can of crab, but because we like a lot of crab.
We like a lot of crab.
We like a lot of crab. So we have 3 cans in here that we're going to fold in. Gently fold in because you don't want the crab to break up too much.
And this is really good with club crackers, or if you don't want to use club crackers, what else could you use?
Stacy's pita chips or any kind of, we use the pita chips, we use we used Ritz, we used the naan bread. We would bake that sometimes and use that, make our own pita chips.
Now, while you're stirring this up, I know that you're involved in the Bluefield Preservation Society. Tell me a little bit about the Bluefield Preservation Society and what you guys are working on right now.
Well, the Bluefield Preservation Society is a 501c3 organization which is focused on the renovations of the Granada Theater downtown. And we are currently doing tours and different things to try and raise money for those renovations. And there's a new fundraising campaign that's coming up here probably in the next month. People will be hearing about it. And then, we have a GoFundMe page. It's Granada GoFundMe, so people can go there and give us donations for the renovations of the Granada. We are, selling cookbooks also to raise money for the renovations of the Granada. And these can be purchased at different, like Goody Coons, different
pharmacy.
Paper and More, Jerry Balls. So they're all over town in different little shops. So you can get all these recipes there.
And both these recipes do come from that cookbook. And the cookbook has a lot of other wonderful recipes in it. But these are the 2 that we decided to go with today.
And the preserves are available to purchase too.
Yeah, you can get those there also. So I've sprayed my cooking dish with some vegetable oil. I'm going to push all this goodness in here.
Well, that looks so good.
It's going to be so good.
That's
You
crabby.
probably just eat it like that.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing that you couldn't. There's no raw egg or anything
No.
like that in there, so we might come up with a new recipe.
That's right.
So
And I love the
just
Rachel
smooth
Rat.
all of that. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes. She's one of my favorite cooks.
And then I'm going to take the rest of my cheese and sprinkle it on top. So everything good and cheesy and gooey in here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it looks like when it's going in the oven.
Right. And then you want to cook it for how long?
I want to cook it for 20 to 25 minutes and sort of watch it bubble and maybe start browning on top. And then it's ready to come out of the oven.
And you want to show them what it looks like when it's actually
I sure
done?
do, because we're at Grant's and we have a magic oven here. Thank you.
Ooh, wow.
That looks delicious.
So here is our finished product that we will set aside and grab some crackers and have a little bite.
Wow. Now we're going to go back to Miss Kelly for a second. Okay, Miss Kelly, you got the room smelling real good. Oh my
Yes.
God, that's got a nice little sizzle on it.
Yeah,
too.
they got a nice little sizzle. It's really thickening up. You can even see the blueberries in there from the preserves. It smells wonderful. Another great appetizer. You know, as we're heading into football season, thinking tailgate, things like that.
Yes.
So easy to prepare. Set out some toothpicks. I mean, these will go fast.
Now, Kelly, just like Deborah, Kelly is such a blessing to our community. And Kelly is responsible for helping folks with blessings in a backpack. Kelly, tell me a little bit about Blessings in a Backpack.
Blessings in a Backpack. It's also a 501c3 organization, and our aim is to provide food, non-perishable food on the weekends for children who are what we call food insecure, who otherwise wouldn't have anything to eat. There's so many kids in our area and across the country who depend on school lunches and breakfasts for their food. So, lunch on Friday might be their last meal until breakfast on Monday. We seek to kind of bridge that gap by raising money to provide non-perishable foods. And
Such a great thing.
it's a great thing, and we work really closely with grants. My friend Wendy and I, it's a national organization. My friend Wendy and I brought it to this area about 6 years ago, and we've worked with grants since day one, and they've been absolutely wonderful to us. And we've provided thousands and thousands of meals over those years, and the need keeps increasing. So it's just it's a wonderful organization that I'm proud to be a part of, and it's a wonderful service.
And a lot of people don't know this, but many of these kids that you help live right next door to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time we pack, we have different groups come in to help us do the packing, and the kids are always surprised that really it is their neighbor, or it is someone close by that is that relies on this service. And it's not. I mean, a lot of these people are people that work, and they work 2 jobs and they still can't quite make ends meet. So it's just a way to when kids are hungry, it's not just hunger. It affects test scores, grades, behavior, illnesses, all these things. So we're just trying to do the best we can to like I said, bridge that gap.
And if someone wants to donate to Blessings in a Backpack, how can they do so?
We do have a Facebook page called 4 Seasons Blessing in the Backpack that we check regularly, and we update with different fundraisers and things we have going on. I'm on Facebook, and you can message me that way. And we 100% of the money that we raise stays right in this area, and 100% of the money we raise goes to feed children. So really, we rely so much on donations from everyone in this area to continue to do what it is we're able to do.
And while Kelly is planning her dish, I want Deborah, if she will, to tell me one more time, if someone wants to donate to the Granada Theater, tell me how they do it again.
Okay, you can either mail a donation to BPS, Bluefield Preservation Society, at P.O. Box 4044, and on your little memo or whatever, put a note with it that is for the restoration of the Granada Theater. You can do it that way. We have the GoFundMe page, Granada GoFundMe, and look here soon for our new fundraising campaign, which you'll be hearing about in a month or so, probably.
And I'll mention that on our show too, so that people know about it.
Yeah.
Miss Kelly, let's see what you got over here.
It smells
It
darn
smells
good.
so good. I can't wait to get a hold of that and the crab dip.
I mean, I love recipes that are 1, 2, 3 ingredients, but they're made easy but delicious. It's fine. That's the way I cook in the kitchen.
And that's why we do the 10-minute meals. We do the 10-minute meals so that parents have choices.
Yes.
Choices of things that they can prepare fast. Your kids are involved in football, soccer. You don't have time, Anybody got time for that?
Anybody got
Ain't
time?
nobody
Ain't
got
nobody
time
got
for
time
that.
for
More time with your family.
That's right. Let's see what you got here, Miss
I'm
Kelly.
going to show you.
Ooh, that looks so good.
Yum.
Ooh.
Really turned out nice.
Mm.
Okay, let's have
Also, before we wrap up, I'd like to thank my guests, Kelly and Deborah. Thank you guys so much
Certainly.
for
you for
joining
having
me.
us.
Also, Grant Supermarket is going to be collecting non-perishable food items and cleaning materials for victims of Hurricane Florence. So if you would like to drop off something, you can drop off something at any of our 16 locations near you. You can come in and purchase something and drop it off on the way out as well. We always try to help give back to the community. We always try to help. And in closing, I'd like to say, if you want to find out what's going on in the kitchen, join us every first and third Wednesday of the month. But if you really want to know what's cooking, come to one of our 16 locations near you. Grant Supermarket, the best friend your budget ever had.